Hello, great people. Nigeria's First Lady, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, made a statement that her husband is not responsible for the hardship in the country. Well, I find it necessary to respond to her statement because I find it very insensitive, and I want to nullify her lyrics right now with some facts and figures. So if you are watching me, do want to stick around. You definitely want to watch this to the end. First, let me read her statement. She said, "My lovely husband, the husband of my youth, is not the cause of hardship in Nigeria." Now, another statement says, in the same statement, she also says, "We know that subsidy has been removed, but God on our side, in the next 2 years, Nigeria will be greater than this. Those who attempted removing subsidy before could not see it through, but with your prayers in the next 2 years, we will build a nation for the future." First, Madam First Lady, you are wrong. You are wrong. If you are saying that those that wanted to remove subsidy in the past could not see it through, that means that you are indicting your husband. Because we are in this country during the Jonathan era when your husband mobilized protest, popularly called the Occupy Nigeria protest. We witnessed it in this country, whereby your husband was the front runner of the protest that was saying that fuel subsidy is a scam. So if your husband in that Jonathan, how can you, with all sense of responsibility, come out and now be indicting people that tried to do it in the past? If your husband have allowed Jonathan, not for political gain, if truly he knows that fuel subsidy is a scam, and why is he implementing it now? If he had allowed Jonathan when life was not as difficult as this, when Nigeria's population was not as much as this, we won't be facing the problem we are today. So, with profound respect, Mrs. Tinubu, you can only lie to the kids. And the kids that were not born, or the kids that were born yesterday, you can lie to them. But unfortunately, we are adults, and we know that your husband was one of the major people that campaigned against fuel subsidy. And now that your husband have benefited, they were able to sack Jonathan, he installed Buhari, and now he is in charge. The same protest that he led, the same protest that he orchestrated, now he is in charge. He cannot withstand protest. Now he is in charge. Protesters are being charged with, for treason. Now he is in charge. Protesters are being detained perpetually. So you want to ask yourself that, what is the president saying? What is the first lady saying? Is she aware, or she didn't just marry the husband anyway? Because I was about asking that, did she just marry President Bola Tinubu? But in the statement that I read, she said the husband of my youth. That means that she has been with Tinubu even during the Jonathan era. Do anybody need to remind the first lady? That is that. So you cannot blame Jonathan when you guys made it difficult for him. Now, another thing that we need to consider is excuses have started. We didn't hear this during campaign. All what we heard was, my husband is capable. My husband built Lagos. Emilokon. Your husband is capable. Your husband built Lagos. Okay, this is Nigeria. Emilokon, it is my turn. Okay, take it. Now use it. Build the country. You cannot meet dollar at about 600 naira, and now it is about 1,700. You met fuel less than 200 naira. Now it is over 1,000 naira. And all we hear is excuses. Is it that your husband was far away from government? He wasn't far away from government. He already know the problem. Your husband was a senator years back, before 1999. So if your husband has been in the saddle of leadership, I saw the photo of the president with the likes of Abiola, with the likes of Abacha. So that means that the President Bola Tinubu, knows the problem of Nigeria, because he has always been at the helm of affairs. He has always wine and dine with different presidents. He was a past governor. Even as opposition, you will know what is going on in government. So it pains my heart that now all we are beginning to hear is excuses. So you didn't know that you can't fix this. Why are you promising renewal? Let's be sincere with ourselves. So for me, the first lady should own up to the incompetence of her husband should own up to the incapacity of her husband to bring succum to Nigerians. Because the truth is, let's be sincere with ourselves, any policy, I repeat, any policy that cannot bring 3 square meal to the average Nigerian is not a policy, it's a failed policy. If you are doing anything and is making the masses suffer, if you are doing anything that is making the masses unable to feed, the truth is you are not doing the right thing. Because the performance of a government is not assessed by how much subsidy you can remove. It's not assessed by how much pain you can bring to the people. It is assessed by how much succum you can bring to the people. But then what we have is, a fast eradication of the middle class, and Nigerians are more destitute than ever. So for me, if your husband's policy is making people poorer, then that means that your husband is not doing the right thing. So there are ways you can help your husband. This is not the way. Don't come and give excuse. No, you are your husband's life partner and you are his permanent advisor. So if you as the permanent advisor can come and be making this kind of statement, it means that there are tough days ahead for Nigerians, because you should be advising the president that, oh, you remember your own background, because Tinubu is not from a super rich family. It's not like the Dangotes. So you should be advising him. And as a woman, you should be creating succum for Nigerians. You should be persuasive in your speech. You should be telling people about the policies of your husband. You should be pacifying people, not coming to make excuses. Madam First Lady, with profound respect, ma, Nigerians are not interested in excuses. When everyone is dead, who do you want to build for? So you are saying that Nigerians have to wait till the next 2 years. They've suffered for 1.5 years. They have to wait till the next 2 years before they enjoy. That is 3.5 years. So that means that for the lifetime of your administration, Nigerians are to suffer in perpetuity. No. And the truth is, for the lifetime of this administration, have you been suffering? Have you been suffering? It was reported in the media that about 700 million naira was received by your office for travel. 700 million naira. And the First Lady, the office of the First Lady, I don't think it is an official office. I stand to be corrected. So if 700 million was allegedly released to your office, and you are saying that Nigeria should endure, did you advise your husband when he was buying a new plane, when he was buying Escalade, when the VP was spending money? So it is only Nigerians that should continue to endure. It is Nigerians that should wait till the next 2 years. Why didn't the president wait till the next 2 years before he can afford to buy that jet? So for me, I think, with profound respect, ma, your statement is insensitive, your statement is callous, your statement shows that you are not in touch. Despite being the mother of the country, you are not in touch with the reality of what people are facing. And that is very sad. And for me, if the president's life partner, if his permanent advisor, because your wife is your permanent advisor, if your permanent advisor can reason this way, definitely Nigeria is in a big problem. So, and I think that the words of the First Lady is not diplomatic. No, it is not. Our choice of words should always be diplomatic. You can't, it won't cost you anything not to be defensive, but don't be diplomatic. Don't be arrogant in your statement. That's just my advice. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode of Politing with Dr. Omosoladeji. Do well to subscribe. Do well to turn on your notification button. Do well to catch up with my past videos. Till I see you again, I'm not always far from you. Trust me, I love you all sincerely.